Hi, I'm Jay Fallon. Welcome to the Slippery Slope. Thank you for listening to the Slippery Slope. I need to discuss something very, very important. I'm going to bring it up. It seems to be a fairly dramatic escalation in the war between Russia and Ukraine, and President Vladimir Putin has really ramped up the rhetoric. It's very concerning. Yeah, let's have a read through this article here. It only just came out 15-20 minutes ago. It says Vladimir Putin announces partial mobilization in escalation of Ukraine war. Vladimir Putin has announced a partial mobilization of Russia's army reserves in a dramatic escalation of the war in Ukraine. Speaking in an address to the Russian people on Wednesday morning, the president accused the West of engaging in nuclear blackmail and noted statements of some high-ranking representatives of the leading NATO states about the possibility of using nuclear weapons of mass destruction against Russia. So he says, to those who allow themselves such statements regarding Russia, I want to remind you that our country also has various means of destruction and for separate components and more modern than those of NATO countries. This is what Putin said. He goes on to say, and when the territorial integrity of our country is threatened, to protect Russia and our people, we will certainly use all the means at our disposal, Mr. Putin said. He added, it's not a bluff. Friends, is Putin getting ready? Is he prepping the world for the use of nuclear weapons? Is that where they're going? I said, I think it was just last week, that I thought, I think it was just a couple of days ago, that I believe there's a strong possibility that Russia would use nuclear weapons because they're being not only pushed back by Ukraine forces, but they're also pulling back as well. And is the rhetoric coming from Putin here seems like he's prepping the rest of the world that, hey, this is the excuse that he's preparing everyone with. This is the argument that he's putting out there, that, you know, it's NATO's pressing. NATO is the one, they're causing the problems, and Russia's just defending themselves. It goes on to say that when Mr. Putin told the Russian public he ordered the Ministry of Defense to confer a legal status of volunteers fighting in the Donbass region, and said he backed the referendums announced by occupied areas to join Russia. We are talking about partial mobilization. That is, only citizens who are currently in the reserve will be subject to conscription. And above all, those who served in the armed forces have a certain military specialty and relevant experience. That's what Putin said. Putin said the decision to partially conscript reservists was fully adequate to the threats we face, namely to protect our homeland, its sovereignty and territorial integrity, to ensure the security of our people, the people in the liberated territories. So there you go. I think Putin is actually laying the groundwork that he wants for the possibility of using nuclear weapons. These are very concerning times indeed. It seems, as I said, that he's laying the groundwork for the use of nuclear weapons. We need to pray for this world. We need to pray for this war. This is very concerning. Putin possibly giving the excuse, or looking for the excuse that he needs, that he thinks he needs to use nuclear weapons. This is my opinion. Thank you for listening to the Slippery Slope.